Bro, what's good? It's your boy J Dog. And man, I recorded the I recorded the first couple fights, man. Sorry, I predicted the first couple fights and I wasn't even recording, so that's a little embarrassing. Um, and then I just didn't record the video, and so we're here last minute getting these predictions in, man. I'm going to UFC Vancouver this weekend, man, and I'm looking forward to it. It's a pretty good card. There's a lot of good fights I care about. I think there's maybe like two fights I just don't care about, but whatever, right? So, um, we're gonna go through with the predictions for each fight. Um, yeah, sorry, I don't know what the piss I'm doing. There's a couple fights that I already predicted, but I wasn't recording, so we're just gonna basically go back on them. But starting off with the first fight, man, Melissa Croden versus Tainara Lisbo. Does anyone really care for this fight? I don't know. I'm going with Melissa Croden as the newcomer to the UFC, and she's Canadian. I don't know anything about her, but I'm gonna just go with her. Hope she clutches it up for Canada. And yeah, not much else to say. Now this fight's a banger, bruh. Azmat Bukov. When this guy first came to the UFC, bro, I didn't even like him. I was I wasn't I was just hoping Zachary Reese won his fight when they fought on short notice, and then he fought Ryan Loder, and I don't even know whoever wanted to win that fight, but I wasn't really a fan of Azmat. He got Twitter and he started tweeting out funny stuff, and then I started becoming a fan of him, and then I realized he was actually like pretty decent. So I really like Azmat, but this Yerzy Belgario guy, he's super tall. He's literally 6'6". You guys can't even see. He's literally 6'6", and Azmat's only 6 foot, so he's gonna have 6 foot height advantage, which is crazy. And his reach, he has, holy piss, 7 inches. Holy piss. It's gonna be a tough fight, I think, for Azmat to get the range, but I'm gonna go with Azmat because I like Azmat. I hope he clutches it up. I think he has the power to knock him out. It's just getting in the range is gonna be pretty tough. But if I can see Azmat win live, man, that's beautiful. So I'm gonna go with Azmat Bakov. Stephanie Lucinaio versus Ravena Oliveira. I think she has one fight in the UFC and lost it. Or she lost it to the last Lisbo check. Oh. Alright. She just has more experience in the UFC. I'm gonna go with Stephanie Lucino. Not much else to say on that. Now, Danny Barlow fighting Jordan Santos. I think this is his debut. Oh no. Wait. He lost to Ozzy Diaz. Yikes. Regardless, I was gonna go with Danny Barlow regardless. He's a welterweight moving up to middleweight. Plus, he was undefeated. He just lost his last one fight. So he's pretty good. Just lost one fight recently. Detroit Sanders lost to Ozzy Diaz, bro. Like, what the piss? Just gonna go with Danny Barlow. Think that he's gonna be a bit quicker, being from welterweight, moving up to middleweight, and just he's pretty good. So I think he's gonna get it done. Now, Bruno Silva versus Han Sung Park. I'm gonna go with Hansung Park. His only loss is to Tatsuro Taira, which was on short notice recently. I just haven't seen anything from Bruno Silva because he's been losing to. But he's only been losing top guys, is the thing. I'm gonna go with Hansung Park. Bang, does Hansung Park have hands like Joshua Van and Manel Cap, though? Holy piss, wait. I actually don't know who to pick. Because Bruno Silva got pieced up by Joshua Van and Manel Cap. Hansung Park couldn't strike with Tatsuro Taira. Oh my gosh. I'm going to go with Hansung Park. I don't know. I think Hansung Park might get it done. Not just get the win. I don't know if he's going to submit him, but... Man, maybe I should have thought about this more. Holy crap, I actually don't know who to pick. I'm going to go with Hansung Park. I don't have reasonings. It's just because I've only seen Bruno Silva get beat up. I don't know if he's going to beat him up. Hansung Park's going to beat him up that easy like that, but... I just haven't seen much from Bruno Silva, man, in his recent fights, so I'm going to go with Hansung Park. Now, Cody Gibson versus Ari Quang Lee. Don't know much about these guys. I just know he lost to Raz Roses Jr. And don't know anything about Cody Gibson, to be honest. I think. I don't know anything. I can't remember any of these fights. Anyways, I'm going to go with Cody Gibson probably. I just can't remember anything from this guy in the fight with Rod Roses Jr. Just a whatever fight for me. So, don't really know. Now, Kyle Prepelec versus Drew Dober. Now, Drew Dober's been on the decline, honestly. Prepelec's been on the decline. I just don't know if Prepelec has the hands to beat Drew Dober the way other people have, like Gene Silva and Manuel Torres. Like, I just don't think Kyle Prepelec will be knocking out Drew Dober, you know what I mean? So I'm going to go with Drew Dober to win. Maybe by knockout. I'm going to go with Drew Dober by knockout. I don't know when, but I just don't think Kyle Prepelec's that great, to be honest. And I think Drew Dober's just going to get him and find his time to shine. Now moving to the main card. Kyle Nelson versus Matt Frevola. Oh, man. I'm praying for a Matt Frevola win, man. I'm going Matt Frevola. I can't remember ever watching a Kyle Nelson fight in my life, to be honest. Like, whenever he's fought, maybe I just didn't watch it. I just wasn't around. I just didn't care for the fight to watch it. I can't remember a Kyle Nelson fight I watched, man. So, and I think he's been out for like a year now, too, so. Which I guess Matt Frevola's been out for a year now, too, after getting KO'd cold. But, and he's on a 2-fight lose streak. But I'm just going to go with Matt Frevola. Just because I've seen him fight, and he's alright. I haven't seen Kyle Nelson fight, and he just... I don't know, man. It's just what yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should have watched some of his fights for this, but... Oops. Matt Frevola I'm going with. I don't know by how, but... Now this one's really, really hard to go through. Charles Jourdain versus Davy Grant. Bro, I'm gonna go Charles Jourdain. I'm just so scared because I know Davy Grant's gonna ruin my prediction. I just know he has that ability to mess up the prediction, man. I just don't. I just don't know, man. I'm gonna go Charles Jourdain to win a decision. I don't think he's gonna submit Davy Grant, but I'm gonna go Charles Jourdain by submission. By decision. He's been out for like a year now though, which is also not good. But I don't know, Davy Grant. He just beat Damone Blackshear. I remember. I know he just beat Damone Blackshear. And then he had a couple controversial losses. Like the Daniel Marcos was a split decision, I remember. Yeah, that was close. But that's the only one. Man, he's like on a 5-fight. He's on a 2-fight win streak, but technically 5. And he got knocked out by Gene Silva a little bit ago. I know he just beat someone by submission, but he lost to Gene Silva before that. And then lost to Son Woodson, bro. I'm still going to go with Charles Jourdain. I can definitely see Davy Grant winning this fight, though, is the other thing. So, this is like probably the... I don't know. This and the main event are like the closest fights, I think, for me. Like the closest either one could win. Obviously, anyone could win. It's a fight, bro, but... I'm going to go Charles Jourdain. Manon Fiorot versus Jasmine Jasudavicius. I'm going to go with Jasmine Jasudavicius. I think she's going to be way more pressure heavy and pushing the pace, and I think she's going to beat Manon. I don't know if she's going to get a finish is the only thing, but she's been looking really good in her last couple fights. She's still grinding. She is older. 36, I think. So that might play a factor, but she's really good right now. She's on a tear. Manon just keeps coming off a loss. Not sure where she's at, but I think Jasmine's just going to come up there, push the pace, push the pressure, and either break Manon or just dominate Manon. So I don't think it's as close. If people think this is close, I don't know if it's going to be as close, but it's going to be a good one. I'm actually excited for this one. For a women's fight, I'm actually excited for this because they are high ranked 2 and 5, I think. So they are high ranked. Should be a good one. Let me put on my Cheeto Vera hat. Cheeto Vera. Marlon Cheeto Vera is going to knock out Amin Zahabi in UFC Vancouver on October 18th. Let me just say that. I am the number 1 Cheeto Glazer. You know when we fought Sean O'Malley, it was just a fluke night, guys. Like, we were winning that fight. It's just the judges now gave it 50-45. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm trolling, but I do love Marlon Cheeto Vera. I'm a big fan. He's on a 2-fight losing streak, and so I am praying he wins this fight, man. Aim is a hobby. Originally, I did think he lost to Jose Aldo, but looking back, I can see how he won it. I think he probably did win it, like rewatching the fight. But he's not great. He's 37 too. He's pretty old. I don't know, man. I don't know if he's going to be able to get past Cheeto. He could win a 30-27 decision. But just by picking away and Cheeto doing nothing. But I got my fingers crossed, and I'm hoping Cheeto just is a more aggressive, just eats those punches, gets in there, and gets Aim Zahabi out of there, man. If I see a Cheeto win, and that's the other thing, bro. I'm so happy I get to see Cheeto live, man. This is like insane to get to go see one of my favorite fighters live. I didn't know if he's been out for a year and then he decides to come back to Canada, so that's sick. I think he's gonna knock him out at some point. I don't know what round, probably round 2 or 3. Round 1 will probably be Aim Zahabi's round, to be honest. But I think we're gonna get in there, and I think we're gonna get the big KO. So I'm really looking forward to this one. For the fact of Marlon, I don't really care for Eamon, so that's why I need to see him. Need to see him lose his fight, and I need to see Cheeto get back on that win column. You know what I mean? So banger fight, bro. Holy piss! I'm just like, this is an insane fight, man. Insane. I know a lot of other people are probably going honestly with Eamon Zahabi, if I'm being honest. Most prediction people on here YouTube, probably going with Eamon Zahabi, but YOLO. I'm going with Cheeto Vera. Never going against him. I did pick him to beat Davidson Figueiredo, which he lost, and I did pick him to beat Sean O'Malley by being a blockhead and eating every punch and getting what he wants done, but instead he was just a blockhead and didn't do anything to get anything done. So, number 1 Cheeto Glazer here. We're going with Cheeto Vera, all right? Now we'll go to the co-main event. Number 15 ranked Kevin Holland versus Mike Malott. I will be going with Mike Malott. No, he's been having a good last performance was really good against Charles Radke, who's not as good as Kevin Holland, obviously, but good KO. And then he fought in Edmonton before that against, I don't remember who it was against, but Trevin Giles, I think. But since his Neil Magny little mess up where he got that loss, he's in coming back. What the piss? Oh, just says United States here, but down here he has Canada. So, the only main reason is because Kevin Holland beat Vicente Luque, which I think Vicente was the underdog, but still Kevin beat him by submission, which was like pretty impressive. Then he had that banger fight with D-Rod, but that's the problem. D-Rod's not that good, and the fact that Kevin Holland had to make a close fight with him, I don't know if I can trust him to win, bro. I think Mike Malott's... What's the reach? Oh, no, he does have... Whoa, 8 inches? Holy piss. No, wait. Yeah, 8 inches. What's I'm retarded? Damn, he does seem lengthy. That's why I was wondering if he's throwing up little submissions and stuff or striking just out of range. Damn, I didn't realize how long his arms are. But I'm still gonna go with Mike Malott. I think he gets it done here. Yeah, Mike Malott, bruh. Now main event, Rainier de Ritter versus Brendan Allen. Brendan Allen, Canadian all of a sudden. Now originally this was Rainier de Ritter versus Anthony Hernandez, which was a banger fight. Like, I was so hyped for that. And I was picking Anthony Hernandez to beat Rainier de Ritter originally. I was going to go with Anthony Hernandez, but now Brendan Allen steps in for him. And I'm don't know who I'm picking. Brendan Allen, just Rainier the Ritter. His competition he beat in the UFC isn't been top tier, to be honest. I feel like the Gerald Meerschaert, it was Gerald Meerschaert, which on their debut is fine, but going 3 rounds with him and gassing out and almost barely beating him, a little sus. Then he fought Kevin Holland, and Kevin Holland's a 170 or moving up, and he just ragdolled him because he's so much bigger than Kevin. Bo Nickel had the hype around him. I'll give him that, but Bo Nickel, technically overall, we realize he's not that good. So, we come to find out he's not that good technically, or maybe Rainier the Ritter's just that good, and most people don't beat Bo Nickel, but he just didn't. I just never was falling for the Bo Nickel hype, and it got shown. But to be honest, he didn't finish Robert Whittaker, and it was a split decision, like a close fight, but that was like, what, number 3 Robert Whittaker, or number 4 Robert Whittaker, so I guess that shows how high level he is that he can beat the number 4 guy regardless and go to a war and be tough, even getting knocked down. And with Brendan Allen, like, he won the first round against Hernandez and against Amavov. And then he obviously lost those 2 fights. He beat Marvin Vettori, but Marvin Vettori's not that good. Or, like, not as good as, like, the other competition. Before that being, what, Chris Curtis on short notice. And barely winning that fight. I don't know. I could really see Brendan Allen winning this fight, to be honest. Even though it's like on 1 month's notice. I could honestly really see Brendan Allen winning the fight. But I am going to go with Rainier the Ritter to win this fight. Listen, I think this is a really close fight. I don't really know, but I feel like most people are just writing Brendan Allen off just because it's short notice and he's goofy and not as good. They think he's not as good, but I really do think Brendan Allen has a chance of beating Rainier the Ritter. Like, he actually has I think he really does have a good chance of beating him, to be honest. Maybe I'm tripping, but I think it's possible. But for prediction wise, who I really think is gonna win, I think Rainier the Ritter's gonna win. I think he honestly might even submit Brendan Allen. I think he said he's gonna use those knees that he used against Bo Nickel. And he used them a lot against Robert Whittaker too, so I think Rainier's just gonna go in there, get in the clinch, break his body down, eventually get him to the ground, and eventually submit Brendan Allen. As I said, I'm not surprised if Brendan Allen somehow clutches this up, but I think Rainier the Ritter's the pick here. I think he's going to go through Brendan Allen, and then I hope he fights, I hope Rainier the Ritter fights Anthony Hernandez next after Azimavov gets the title, but I wouldn't be mad if Rainier the Ritter gets the title shot if he beats Brendan Allen pretty, like, finishes him instead of decision. So, yeah, Rainier the Ritter by submission at some point in the fight. And that's those are my predictions for UFC Fight Night, Ritter versus Allen at UFC Vancouver, man. I will be going there Saturday night to see these things live. I can't, bro. I need an Asmat Bakoa win. I need a Cheeto Vera win more than anything. I need a Cheeto Vera win, to be honest. So it's gonna be a good night. I'll do a little recap video too after, what it was like in that arena. Because when I went to Seattle, man, the Seattle arena was insane. So I'm really looking forward to this. Hopefully it lives up to the hype of the kind of card it is, and it lives up to what Seattle was to me, and it's not disappointing, you know what I mean? So I'll see you guys after the fights with a recap. we'll go over my prediction rate, what we got on this card, and yeah, man, it's gonna be a good one. Let's go, Cheeto Vera. Deuce.